Oh, bro, I just went out and it started raining. Brother, you're joking. Oh boy. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video. Here we are starting the ride. It just started raining. And on my Xtrenta with slicks on. Yay! Alright, let's take it extra slow. This is not a good combo. Brother, it's May! Why is it still raining in California? It's supposed to be sunny California. What is this? Oh, I'm so mad. And of course there's a ton of traffic. Oi, oi, oi. Why? Why, California? Why do you do this to me? Well, they say rain is good luck, so I'll try to have a positive outlook. Right, Xtrenta? XT. I'm gonna call this bike XT from now on. Or just X. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Just X or XT? Whoever sees me right now is gonna be like, who is this idiot riding with slicks in this weather? We gotta split extra slowly because, you know, slicks. It's a cold day, so we can't even warm up the tires properly. And it's a little wet, so, you know, going over these bumps and lines in the middle is no bueno. No good, no good. So let's play it safe. Maybe we should turn up the traction control. Let's how do I change the map? Okay, let me keep the eyes always in front of you for all the new riders. Don't get too distracted, because that's how you make mistakes. All right, let's see, map. No, not track 2. Yeah, there you go. We'll go in race mode. Slightly higher traction control, just to be on the safer side, even though I could just adjust the traction control manually. Whatever. We'll just put it in the race mode into the track mode instead of the track mode. But anyways, welcome back to the channel, you guys. The energy is a little higher this time because I think the last couple of rides I was still kind of sick, recovering from it. I'm pretty much all good now, and we are taking the Xtrenta to the Marconi Museum. We did that with the Super Veloce. If you don't know what the Marconi Museum is, they have most insane collection ever, pretty much. Bikes, like vintage bikes and stuff like that, and they have some crazy cars. If you guys know, one of, I think, the favorite videos, not only on the channel, but like I think it's the best video of last year, was when I had the H2R and we met up with them and they took out their Ferrari F40. That was a very special, fun day, and yeah, probably like my most memorable and most fun video from last year, to be honest. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It's a sick one. But yeah, they have the F40, the F50, and the Batmobile, literally the Batmobile from the movie. So if you're new to the channel, you know, this is going to be a treat for you. If you've seen it before, then you know you've seen the museum before. But you know, I'm going there because they've been wanting to check out the Xtrenta, so I'm taking it there. And also, not only that, but I invited my homie. You guys have seen him on the channel before. I think you guys call him the wholesome camera guy. We'll call him the wholesome camera guy. Yeah, and also follow my Instagram. It's the same name as my YouTube channel if you want to stay more updated to, you know, more photo shoots and type of stuff like that. But yeah, I was so excited to ride today, man. It's been, last weekend was supposed to be all riding and going to meets and all type of stuff, and it was like pouring rain, like full on raining. And I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not taking the Xtrenta in pouring rain. This is nah. And I don't mind riding in the rain. Actually, I have a bunch of videos riding in the rain and telling you guys what you should be and should not be doing in the rain. But honestly, the worst part about it is cleaning the bike. I absolutely hate cleaning. Like when you ride in the rain, dirt and water, well, dirty water from riding gets everywhere, and all the crevices in some places are really hard to either get to or you can't get to at all. So yeah, it's definitely not fun cleaning the bike after riding in the rain, which is why usually I'm like, nah, because, you know, these bikes are also harder to clean. Like, you know, you have the satin finish and all that. So yeah, so I got blue balled, you know, this whole weekend. I've been trying to ride, and none of us rode because of the rain. So the weather has been insane, man. It should be hot. It's California. It should be like 90 degrees right now. I like the heat. Maybe the bike don't like the heat, but I like the heat. So bring that back. I want those, you know, sunny, fun summer days. So yeah, I'm wearing a nice little hoodie to match the bike, you know, for the shoot. Speaking about hoodies, I'm so sorry that the merch keeps getting delayed. I'm always like, this month, next month, this month, next month. But the matter of fact is that, you know, I'm working with a new factory and all that, and almost every time we get a set of samples, because I'm doing a full custom run. Every time we get a set of samples, there's a couple of things that needed adjustment, and we keep going back and forth. And you know, I'm trying to perfect and you know, I'm a perfectionist, and I don't want to release something that I'm like, I want to change this about it. You know what I mean? When I want to release it, I want it to be exactly how I want it to be, especially because I'm going the custom route, which I've learned is a lot more work. So I'm still working on it, but there's only so much I can do, because every time we order a set of samples, it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to come in, and then we gotta inspect them, and if we need more adjustments, then it's another 2 to 3 weeks, and sometimes even longer. So, you know what I mean? So I'm sorry guys, but be patient with me. But I'm really trying to bring back the original merch, and hopefully after the original merch, I'll start doing like more unique and special drops, and I want to do a lot of stuff. I'm gonna, in the future, the plan is to, like, you know, make jeans, make potentially even like gloves, you know what I mean? Like, I know that obviously I'm not gonna be competing with Dainese and Alpine Stars, but you know, if somebody wants, you know, something like that is stylish and still protective at the same time. Oh no, 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 I just missed the exit. All right, we are starting it rough today. I don't even know where to exit now. That's a problem. A little bit more news is that we are finally getting close to getting the GP22 exhaust. I got confirmation from Victor, the owner of Moto Club Santa Monica, that it is coming soon. So hopefully soon means a few days, and then this bike will have a proper exhaust. I'm not gonna lie though, I kind of been enjoying this. It's a little more low-key. I'm a little less, you know, watching behind my back, because when these bikes, especially a bike like this that is known to be very, very loud and is going to be very, very loud, it attracts a lot of attention, especially the bike being purple, and you know, it's a lot of attention. So it's nice having a more low-key bike that I'm not like, you know, every cop I pass by or go nearby is like staring me down, which is why I really like my car, the Tesla Plaid. It's just because, you know, it's 1,000 horsepower, but it's the most low-key car ever. It's just a Tesla at the end of the day. But that's the whole point of it, is that, you know, it's a sleeper, like full on quiet and everything. But if I want to mob, I can mob. I'm figuring this out as I go. The good news is I don't know what the, completely ran that red light. Holy, if I wasn't taking it slow and taking my time, that could have been a very bad day. Oh yeah, this is the route where I used to go to find Mikey at his little, you know, private spot, which Mikey's been super busy, so we haven't been able to work with him as much. Yeah, don't get lost when you're riding a track bike, because that bike will end up running hot. That's what happened to me in LA that one time, trying to go to the bike shed. V2, let's go, all murdered out. I like it. Bro, this is the longest light ever. I think we went from like 190 or so to literally almost 230. We're at 225. Which is, you know, right around the mark where I'm okay with it, but not happy with this temperature. 228, yeah, we don't like being in the 230s. That's when it's like, okay, I need to figure something out, so to cool her down. Holy, there's big bumps on the road with the suspension. Whew. Yeah, I need to maybe slightly loosen up the suspension, but the bike feels so good, so I'm kind of like sucking it up. But I also don't really know if, you know, riding with such a stiff suspension kind of like puts more tension and effort on it, and maybe like wears it out faster. I don't really know. I don't know too much about suspension, I will be honest. It's not my expertise. It's a decent amount of bikers actually are out. It's kind of surprising. Here we are. A little late, but I got lost. Going up. Oh, it's extra slippery here. Dude. How are you doing? Thank you.
This is a track bike.
Yeah.
Got it.
A dedicated track bike.
Dedicated track bike. No headlights.
No, I added the kickstand. It didn't even come with a kickstand. I added the fan that you're hearing right now. Custom, you see the slicks and all that. As soon as I took off, it started sprinkling.
This is total comp setting. So comp exhaust, this is what it would have raced with.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep, this is literally how it comes, and it's ready straight for the track.
In comparison, because you've gotten the chance to ride all the comp bikes, how is it? Is it its own animal in comparison
Honestly,
to the Beamer?
In comparison to the BMW so far is still the most rowdy one. That one, just the frame, just everything, the way it feels a lot more like, there's no chill.
Yeah.
This is a good, like, I feel like I could cruise with it if I want to, and if I want to, I can go crazy with it.
So it really refined it.
Yes.
That's surprising.
Yeah,
I would
very,
think
very.
The Beamer would be the mild one.
Yeah.
Or mellow one.
No, the BMW is still the HP4 race. I still haven't brought that here. I need to bring that here. I think you guys would really, really like that one.
Let me move the Corvette real quick. I'm gonna get the Mercedes back inside.
Okay, no worries.
It's been a minute.
I know. How you been?
Pretty good. What about you?
Not bad, not bad.
Dude, that's wild.
It's a crazy looking bike, right?
It's not. Did you buy?
I'm not inside. He said let me move the Corvette. I didn't think this Corvette. Of course it's this one. What the
pretty
heck?
rowdy.
Bro, that sounds...
And that's just with the Magnaflow mufflers taken off. That's it. Like you don't
way.
expect a little muffler like this to make it as mellow.
Yeah.
But
B15s on the front is ridiculous.
Yeah, bro, that is...
pretty gnarly.
That...
What did you have to do to make that fit?
They build them like this. This is a special company
That's insane.
that builds
340.
It's the only company that builds an 18 that clears the ZR1 carbon ceramic. So it's got a special dish in the barrel.
Yep.
When they machine them.
I'm so shocked by what you call the tire size is insane.
These are like 345?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
To put into perspective, I put track tires, the track setup on my Plaid, and it did 285, 305.
Yeah.
That's the track setup.
Think of what you got going on.
This is...
You have the ultimate computer system.
Yeah.
Running and it's calculating, grabbing, doing everything at all.
Yeah, the torque vectoring, traction control,
Yeah,
all that
man.
is very crazy on that.
Here, we'll go in and you can see the floor layout and see what you think.
Yeah, let's check it out. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, the Batmobile's
This-
pretty bonkers.
It will never get old. I love all type of cars, and you guys have amazing stuff, but this is just
Yeah, they
next level. But yeah, the purple one would go crazy with it.
No, that's a...
The F50 and the F40 casually over there. That'd be a sick shoot. That with that
Yeah,
bike.
yeah.
This doesn't even make sense. I mean, this is like a myth.
I know.
Then you have a Batmobile, so it's like
I know.
this will never get old. I want to see this thing.
Give the jet engine just through the car.
I know. I want to see this thing on the road so bad.
So what all are you ordering? I know you want to do the exhaust, but what else are you going to order for it?
So here, I'll give you a little. Should I bring it here and then we'll talk about it?
Yeah.
I feel like even just like right here looks nice.
Yeah, very good. Okay, give me the rundown.
Rundown. So first things first, obviously is going to be an exhaust. So the exhaust that I'm getting for it is still this. It comes with a full titanium exhaust system, of course, track-like, but they use this kind of big muffler for usually back pressure, slightly better performance up top, and also mainly a lot of tracks have noise regulations. So that's why you guys heard it roll in. It's not really that loud, but you guys know me, and you know.
The street doesn't have noise regulations.
Yeah, of
Wink,
course.
wink.
Wink, wink. The plan is to do it's called a GP22 exhaust, and it's a collab with, I believe, Aprilia and MotoGP, some weird titanium alloy, and it's like something very, very special and unique for it. And the beautiful thing is that they make a version specifically for this bike, and it's pretty much gonna be just to here, and it's like a slash cut with a honeycomb in the end, and that is going to be probably one of the best sounding bikes in the world. It's going to sound so insane.
So I'm assuming that unbolts the bracket, unbolts everything.
Yeah,
Unbolts.
so bracket goes off. It should clamp right here. All of this comes off, and I believe hopefully the new exhaust should have the little bracket to hold it kind of to the rear set or something like that. So it's still being held.
How many of this bike are there?
Right here. Look at the triple clamp. This is number 60 out of 100 in the world.
Holy cow!
How many are going to have that exhaust on it, too?
None.
One of one.
I've never seen anyone with that exhaust.
So it was a collaboration, but are they built to order? Is that what the deal is? Like they're not actually advertising it really.
Yeah, I believe so. Because I didn't even know so they make that exhaust for the regular street version of this, and I wanted to custom fit that exhaust onto here. That was a plan. But then I found out that they make one for this.
Really?
So that's why I was like, sold. And now it's on the way from Italy, that exhaust.
Wow.
I just got news today that it should be here very soon. So that's obviously the most exciting part. Another thing, this is the only bike, there's only 2 bikes ever that come stock with forged magnesium wheels.
Wow.
These are not aluminum, these are full mag wheels. But my plan is, because they're such, high-end wheels, I feel like the black is doing them a disservice. So the plan is to color match the rear to this purple
Yeah.
and do the front in white.
Very
So
cool.
kind of like
Good
flows.
contrast. Great contrast.
Yeah, I think that would make it like pop. I love kind of the dark, kind of clean look, but I think it'll make it just pop a little bit more. You know what I mean? But so I'm carboning this thing out. As much as I like the silver, I'm a little unsure about it. I want to go like crazy carbon on it, so I'm doing the full carbon frame cover, full swing arm carbon cover. What else? There's a bunch of, because it's a full carbon bike. The only things that I can add are like, frame covers, and I'll be doing it's a carbon windscreen, but it's like half carbon, half clear, so you can still see through it. This is all satin carbon, which I could do that, but I kind of want to, kind of similar to the silver, you know how it's like, it breaks it, exact contrast, so I'm doing gloss carbon to kind of make it pop a little bit more. There's a couple things I wanted to do. I wanted to replace this piece to a glossy carbon piece as well as the rear, but I feel like, I don't know, it's like OEM on a very special bike, so I feel like,
Well, one step at a time. You can just practice with it and see how you like it. Obviously you being ownership wise, it helps. You can go in there and make an adjustment.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, okay, put it back on. No big deal.
yeah.
And you get everybody's feedback. If they're happy with it, great.
Where are you gonna
can't
order
wait
it
to see
from?
the wheels.
Huh?
Where are you gonna order it from?
The manufacturers are in Asia,
Yeah.
so, it's way
No
easier
hate.
here. Huh?
No hate. A lot of carbon on like even high-end cars, like the GT3 RS. My uncle's GT3 has like if you look, the sticker will say like made in China.
The guys I went to school with, they went off and started their own carbon company. It's like VF or ZF, not VF Engineering, but it's like FJ or VF on La Palma, and all they do is Mercedes, BMW, Audi, and they just pump out the carbon stuff.
Yeah.
And they do really well. They do really, really well.
And if
the
it's
carbon
your
finish-
custom too, if it's your custom parts, you can like actually make sure like the quality's there, and it's not just like a copy paste. That's just
That's
going
100%
around
what
here.
it is. Like, I've already tested it, and I've put about 10 parts and carbon pieces on my H2. So my H2 is even way more decked out, and I put pieces that nobody else have on, like no other company makes. And the fitment, obviously, carbon, it's never going to be perfect fit, but honestly, I was genuinely really, really impressed.
Yeah.
And with the quality, the clear, and all that, and we're going a step above. So when we get that, if there's any imperfections, we're gonna, like redo the clear, do all that, and it's gonna come like most carbon you see comes in like bubble wrap and boxes and shit.
Yeah.
Ours is gonna come in like nice, like
Form fit.
bags, like literally like a velvet bag or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that,
I
where
gotcha.
you can even store your stock stuff. You know what I mean? It'll be like high end, but unlike the Italian companies where they charge a lot. You know what I mean? Most biker people.
Well, it leaves you that margin. Gives you a lot of that margin you can take advantage of.
Yeah.
Because you'll be designing it, you can test fit it on your bikes, and I know like when I order a lip or something, it's like known. Okay, you have to sand this piece off. But you go to fit it, and you're like, okay, we need to take a little bit off here. And go tell them that, try it again, get it perfect.
That's what they don't tell you is ultimately like Paolo, his company, they build all the carbon. They built the Brabus bullet, that one that looks like a shooting brake at Tesla. All that carbon fiber is Pagani level.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing now. And then it gives you this margin. I can take that 488 out there, and for $600 grand, I can have a completely bespoke carbon body built for it, and interior.
That's crazy.
That I can take to the dealership and get it serviced. That's the level they're at now. Why would you pay $2 million for a one-off Ferrari? You go, oh well, you have to be our special client in order to do that. I just go and I just built one. Yeah. Why would I go do that? So.
And it makes
know
it
what
more
they're
special.
doing. They know what they're doing.
Everyone that gets special bikes, they know like modifying them makes it even more personal and special to you.
Exactly.
And as a carbon addict, all my bikes are pretty much almost full carbon, so I feel like it's just a good fit.
Yep. Yeah.
So-
And the fact that you are making it to your boutique level that people like, and ultimately it should sell.
Yeah.
You know, they should be interested in.
I mean, I wouldn't say why not. You know, it's better.
Oh,
There's no
yeah.
American companies too. So even though our manufacturer is somewhere else, all the carbon companies for bikes are either in Italy, those are the biggest and most expensive ones.
Yeah.
But the most common ones that actually sell a lot is a Canadian one and another one in Asia.
Okay.
They don't have an actual.
So you're going to
you
be
know what I
hitting
mean?
the market. So most people either have a choice between paying like a ton of money for a high quality one, or just like cheap part, and you're going to be like,
The other company,
in the middle.
I wouldn't call them cheap.
okay.
You know, they're good, but like I said, they're not here, and they send it to you like same thing in a cardboard box, and you know, there's no attention to detail.
Gotcha.
So that's where I want to come in. I'm like, hey, this is better quality. It's still affordable. It's gonna be a little bit more than these brands because I want to keep it affordable to the people. Like I'm not trying to just maximize and profit here. I actually want to create like a sick company that people are like, I can buy this. This is high end and nice, but also for a reasonable price.
You want
That's
that
kind
like
of the
Apple
goal.
unboxing experience, like when you like
Yeah,
you get an iPhone,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
damn, okay.
Yeah, like the carbon pieces are gonna have like my logo, like all chrome and all. You know what I mean? It's
That'll
gonna
be
be like
sick.
from the inside. It's gonna be like nice, high end.
How's the carbon match? Do you just show them the other parts you want to match it to, and the carbon weave matches? Because I saw you when you did the carbon,
Yeah.
the what am I thinking of? The cover, and then your canards, they match the weave perfectly, but you already had the canards on there. How did they get the carbon that close, or does it just look that close? in
Which bike
pictures?
is that? Which one are you talking
The
about?
other bike, the crazy bike,
The,
the green one.
oh, the H2R?
H2R.
The H2R is that carbon is honestly from when I do twill, like even if you notice here, the carbon doesn't truly like match throughout the bike. So like if it's plain carbon, that's easy to match, but honestly when it comes to twill, I've kind of came to the conclusion that if it's parts that are like close to each other, we'll try to, you know, make it work and they'll probably match, but for all parts to kind of match is honestly
It's killing it.
yeah, like even
Just-
this is OEM, and you can tell kind of the weave on here versus the back isn't flowing kind of the same direction.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I feel like when you go full carbon stuff, it's really hard to get everything like, you know, like
100%.
that, especially when it comes to like twill and all. But we're gonna offer like forged, twill, and plain carbon.
Super cool, man.
So yeah, a lot of and I was like, there's more carbon. I'm gonna remove these kind of like, it comes with these nice like engine covers, but I'm gonna remove those and just do a full carbon cover on the whole thing.
That'll be
So
sick.
because I hate this like kind of cheap plastic look. So all of it in glossy carbon, you know, probably get like a titanium oil plug right here instead of anything that looks kind of cheap is gonna be like, you know, either carbon, titanium, something high end, stuff like that. I'll probably do a lot of, I like the bolts, it says Aprilia Racing and all that.
Great.
Yeah, the
But
bolts
anything that
are
isn't
stuff.
like that, these are like the Zeus bolts,
like these.
the half turns, because you know, track bike. But anything that is not like that, maybe like stuff like this, I'll get in that kind of like burnt titanium look. So the blue purple, since that will go with this.
Totally accents it.
Exactly. So that's kind of the goal. Just a bunch of details. Like I said, like this comes like, you know, it comes with rear sets, it comes with guards, it comes with like this is
Yeah, I was about to point that
Holy
out. Dude, it has
cow.
arrow.
yeah.
That's sick.
Everyone is like, bro, you're gonna destroy this on the street. I'm waiting to break it because
I want to know how it works. That's wild.
yeah.
It must draw and push the air around the brake and cool the brakes and cool stuff. That's some serious tech.
Apparently it's
So-
straight from, you know, MotoGP and racing. So
Yeah, there's a reason for it, obviously.
yeah.
That is
And it comes off the bike, and I was like, nah, throw it on because it looks sick. This side, my only thing is that,
Cover.
yeah, I'll probably get like a carbon cover, sprocket cover. I know track bikes don't do that, but honestly, it looks hideous, and look at all the gunk.
Yeah, and
So,
it's super
carbon
easy. It's
cover.
got the mounts.
Yeah,
You can put it on there.
we added that kickstand because, you know, it's
Yeah, you
a
got your
mission.
choice.
That's the problem with the HP4 race. One day when I bring it, I'll have to have someone come in a car and bring the stand with it.
Yeah.
you can't
because-
buy a kickstand for it.
So this, I can mount the kickstand because as you guys can see, the kickstand mounts to the frame.
Okay. Yeah.
This frame is not a carbon fiber frame. The HP4 race has a
Oh, it
full
is?
carbon frame.
Oh,
It's never meant
So,
to happen.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
so-
just drill it.
Exactly.
No.
It's not gonna go good.
Total the bike and ruin the integrity of the whole
Carbon.
structure of the frame, yeah. I feel like the biggest stuff is just wheels, exhaust, carbon, and then a bunch of other like detail stuff, kind of like I said, like titanium bolts, probably, you know, some nice higher upgraded reservoirs, maybe like a nicer lever guard than this one, and another one on this side to match.
What color?
Just a little detail. The lever guards I'm 50-50 about.
Dude, you could totally do a custom deal
custom.
on this. Yeah, Gianni, my leather guy. I'm like,
I was thinking about that too, because there's a company that's I think called Race Seats or something like that. So I'm thinking of doing that, but adding like kind of purple embroidery of my logo, the K.
yeah, if you
Just
got
something
a guy, great.
simple. Just do
Yeah.
like K right here in purple. I think that would be cool.
That would be sick.
Because I kind of want to keep it. Usually I would go with, you know, like my other bikes. It's kind of more like leathery with like stitching and all that. But I feel like because
it
this is a
nice.
race bike, I want to keep that kind of like really thin race seat look. Just add a little spice to it. Maybe just, you know, the
Keep it
K,
simple,
maybe
just
a little,
accent.
possibly a little like purple trim around. I don't want to go too crazy because it already has a lot of purple, but we'll see. Definitely, I think my logo, you know, the little K here would be cool.
Oh, and what do they do on these? Can you get a carbon one? Probably not.
So they do make carbon ones. I have them on some of my bikes, but these are very custom fitted per bike. So I don't think they make one, because Aprilia in general is a niche brand, let alone their most
Rest.
niche bike.
Yeah.
So it'll be hard. So for this one,
You can at least do that. You
yeah,
can change that.
I can change this and do like a different color.
Yeah.
But
Do the like purple bolts, like the titanium, like the heat treated.
I'm gonna do either the titanium. Yeah, probably do the titanium, like you said. I was in between that and the black because I don't want to go too. It already has a lot of color.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of color.
Yeah, so I'm kind of a little 50-50 about. Like I think the titanium bolts might look cool, and if I don't like them, I'll go black. The center, I don't know. Usually I match it to the bike, but I don't think they have purple unless I do a custom anodizing job.
Yeah.
So, but I'm honestly not too mad about the black either. I just added this the other day.
Nice.
It's just a carbon little touch to protect from the belt and the
That looks
scratches.
How's the gear ratio in it now? Is it what is it?
It's-
I'm assuming it's for a strict.
That's what I thought, but it's honestly pretty tall gearing ratio.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
you
think
kinda
they
split
did that
out.
because almost all my leader bikes are 1000 cc's. This is 1100.
Okay.
So it has a little extra, you know, cc's, which usually means more torque. So I think that's why they kept the gearing longer, because I'm like, hey, we have plenty torque anyways. So pretty much it can do everything, you
So
know.
what's the power on these?
That's a crazy part. This is why I really wanted one, because this is, as a motorcycle, this is the price of almost 3 H2s, which doesn't really make sense overall, you know what I mean? But you look at the power numbers and you're like, oh shit, this is actually crazy. So 230 horsepower
Damn.
as is, but the crazy part, it's only 400 pounds wet weight with all fluids. In comparison to the H2 is about pretty much that 230 horsepower as well, but the H2 is very restricted. When you put an exhaust and all that, it bumps up a lot. But let's just call it at 250-ish horsepower for the H2. But the weight on it is also like about 525. With an exhaust and all that, it'll go to 500. So the fact that this is 230 horsepower with 400 pounds, to put this also into perspective, I have like the BMW M1000 RR
Yeah.
and the Ducati V4R.
Yeah.
Those are both track bikes, the kind of the pinnacle from these brands that are like more track oriented. They're still road legal, but they're track oriented. And even those being the light versions with carbon wheels and crazy stuff, they sit around 425. So this is another 25 pounds lighter, and it makes another about 15-20 horsepower more than those.
So it's all displacement. There's no power adders. There's no turbo. There's no
Nope.
supercharger. Nothing. It's
Nope.
all cubic inches.
Just
per
a
liter.
nice V4 engine, one of the best sounding
So
ever.
The power's got to be nice and smooth.
Yes.
I'm assuming. Wow.
Yeah, it feels really good and it keeps pulling.
How does it compare to the HP4 race weight and power wise?
HP4 race, definitely when it comes to weight, this is a very tall bike. Even with me, I actually tiptoe on this. I've never had a bike this tall, and also the suspension is like fully my spine. This has no suspension at all. It's obviously for the track, you know, it's super stiff.
Yeah.
But it feels amazing. But power to weight ratio, the HP4 race is, when it comes to lightweight, it doesn't make sense. It's at like 375 wet.
Damn. Bro.
Yeah, that bike, I mean, it's a full carbon frame. That is, you know, they literally raced it at the Isle of Man TT, which is the most dangerous race ever, pretty much.
I want to go to that.
So, that bike is insane. I'll bring it next time. It's just,
That's tough.
yeah, it's kind of like some of these cars are like, is it worth it? It's like too much work
It's a
to
just-
take out and all of that, and yeah, it's a
You
headache.
get-
So my goal is to kind of have the holy trinity of the high-end hyper track bikes, which is the H2R, the HP4 race, and this. You know, the best Japanese hyper track bike or hyper bike overall is the H2R. Then the HP4 race, which is, you know, the German, and then you have the Italian.
Purple Batmobile. Let me,
A purple Batmobile, I like that. One of you guys talked about the stoppers right here because, you know, it's track bike, so it has a stopper, so you can't turn as much. And they're like, oh, I can't believe you haven't removed it yet. They put it here for a reason, guys. I didn't remove it because, look, if I remove the stopper, then my stabilizer is going to smack right into the carbon. There's literally a millimeter on each side.
This is
Made that way for a reason.
This
Exactly.
is the intake that comes through the frame, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh damn, I didn't even see that.
Yep. And it's all carbon. And then I remove it, and then I go do this, and a rod straight in through my intake.
Yeah, not good.
I love
Exactly.
this too. I love the purple and then the carbon right on the inside.
I know, that's what I like about it. Like the color on it, how they painted it and all that. The lines here, I love when they mix. That's my problem with the Super Veloce that I brought last time, the MV
Yeah.
Agusta, is like it's full carbon, but they have like a little sliver here. They're like, look, a little window, it's carbon. I like that they left enough exposed and integrated it with the paint so you can tell it's full carbon.
They knew what to paint.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. Good news, we've been revving, so she's all warmed up. Dude, I don't know if you guys saw these clips. I mean, obviously you did because I'm gonna throw them all right here for you guys, but I didn't know this thing shoots flames like that. That sounded so insane. What a fun day, man. Just a bunch of guys with similar hobbies and a lot of fun toys. You know, we got the cars at the Marconi Museum, we got, you know, the special bikes, and we got the homie with the camera, you know, to capture these moments, you know, make it a little bit more special. Excited to see how those pictures come out. Just a different setting from the usual. And hopefully in the next couple days the weather is going to get better and we're going to actually do some, you know, proper riding videos. I know a lot of it has been just not really much riding, just taking things very slow, but you know, hopefully soon the weather's going to be better. This bike is pretty much broken in at this point, you know. I'm still not pushing it so we can you know, properly break her in, do the oil setup on it and all. Gotta get those metal shavings off. I already love this bike, and after shooting it, seeing it shoot flames like this and having those pops and sounding like that, I like it even way more now, and I can't even imagine how it would be with the GP22 exhaust. The pops will never get old. We have the Super Veloce with kind of the diesel pops, and we have this thing every time you shift, it just like blah, explosion. I can't. It sounds too good. That's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. I think the highlight was honestly that revving and all the fireworks and all that with this thing. So again, shout out to the Marconi Museum. A lot of fun doing the shoot there, and you know, just hanging out and talking about the bike and the plans and all that. So yeah, please drop a like, subscribe, and check out my second channel as well. It's going to be the top link in the description down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, right, Tech.